Yo, greetings there, Google verse out in the YouTube sphere of infinite misery. How the fuck are y'all doing? Today is January the 4th of the year 2022. How about you? How are you doing? I just want to wish all you fucking heathens a happy new year and may the year 2022 be more productive and positive, because we all know how much you love that word. May the year 2022 be more productive, positive, and all in all, than just better than the year 2021. Which I can only speak for myself. 2021 wasn't the worst year in the history of my existence, but whatever. Could always be worse. Honk honk. Could always be worse. Could always be worse. These are some words of encouragement. Hick, hick. My mama always said it could always be worse. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. So yeah, the I guess main consensus of this video is just I keep on seeing it more and more on social media. Um, well, I recently deleted my fuckbook account, so I don't have an Instagram, but Instagram and Twitter, but more Twitter, because I kind of just like to fuck with Twitter more. It's just keeps it short and sweet, and I'm still just follow friends, family, celebrities, music, film. It's just kind of all wrapped into one. It's just whatever. But I keep on seeing a phrase on Twitter, more of the OGs hitting their 60s. They keep on saying Twitter isn't real. And I guess I can kind of grasp what they mean by that. If by real you mean Twitter isn't a physical entity that you can wrap both your hands around and choke the life out of Twitter till it's blue in the face and a corpse void of life, well then yeah, Twitter isn't real. But I mean, at the end of the day, Twitter is a website, right? So if Twitter isn't real, well then no websites are real. And you can go down the fucking woke TJ route and be like, well, nothing's really real because technically words don't mean anything because we invented them. So if you really think about it, words don't mean anything because we invented them, and so none of it matters, and nothing's real, and nothing's real because the word real is just a word, and the only power the word has is the meaning that we give it ourselves as human beings. So it's not real, and all that stupid shit. It's like when people say, one thing that makes my fucking blood boil is when people say that we invented science or that us humans invented mathematics. It's like, no, we didn't invent shit. You didn't invent science. You didn't invent pi. You didn't invent the fucking speed of light. It's something that was always there. When our ancestors were in the fucking caves eating fleas off their friends and families' fucking backs, I mean, the equations were there. I mean, granted, it's it's a slow step, and you have to get from point A to point Z. You have to kind of go through all of the alphabet. You can't just skip a chapter and just voila. But I'm getting kind of sidetracked. But I hate when people say shit like, "Oh, well, we invented science to help us understand the natural world around us. We invented the speed of light to help us discover X, Y, and Z." And it's like, no, it, the equations were always there. It just took our stupid, retarded, warm-blooded mammalian brains thousands and thousands of years to get to where we're at now. We didn't invent fire. We just discovered and learned how to harness fire. We didn't invent it. The elements on the periodic table were there way before we could even speak a fucking word out of our fucking mouth. So it's all in the elements. And I love me some periodic table, all right? Neutrons, protons, electrons, the mass at the center of an atom. Neutron's called a neutron because it's neutral and it's not really proton yet, but when it squeezes enough and it bursts out. Anyway, I love me some periodic table. But anyway, I'm just trying to talk about 20 things at once. That's my problem. That's my fucking problem. My brain is insane. In the membrane. It's fucked up. It's 50 things at once, and it's like, ah! That's the inside of my brain. But what was I going on about? Oh yeah, back to websites being real, and Twitter is real, and Twitter isn't real. It's like, well, okay, if all you use that one platform, we'll use Twitter as the scapegoat because that's the one that I'm the most familiar with. I can't really talk a lot of shit about Instagram because I've never made a fucking Instagram account because Instagram's for fags, so I wouldn't know. But yeah, Twitter isn't real. If Twitter isn't real, well, then no websites are real, right? And then none of this is real, and then the algorithm headspace of the interconnectedness of the World Wide Web isn't real and it's all fake. And if you're not with the fucking axe chopping down a tree and living in a log cabin, well, then you're not living the real life in the real world. But it's a different world. And when it comes to the phrase Twitter isn't real, it's like, well, sure. I mean, I guess if the only thing you use Twitter for, you're just following like 200 accounts that are just people who repost pictures about their pets, and they just post a fuck ton of cat pictures and dog pictures and things of that nature. If you just use Twitter for that, just to kill like an hour when you're on lunch break and you're just scrolling through kitty photos and puppy photos, you're like, oh, that's a cute puppy, oh, that's a cute kitten. And you do that for 30 minutes, just to kill 30 minutes while you're on lunch break, and it kind of begins and ends there. Well, then, yeah, Twitter isn't real because that's all you use it for. But we're living in a day and age where monetary gain, making money, making profit online is just the norm. I mean, if you're living in America and Western society and things like that, but because we all know America is the only country that has internet access on the entire planet. We all know that, right? Capiche? Okay. Since we all know that, I don't have to get into it, but we all know that America is the only country that has internet access. So, but yeah, Twitter isn't real, but there's people. So someone has their Cash App, little dollar symbol. They have their little name, Canon Deadpool 88 or whatever the hell. and they have their Cash App or their PayPal, they sell art, or they sell music, or they sell paintings, whatever. If someone is paying the bills every month, if their stomach is full of food and they have clothes on their back because the main website of their choosing, say, happens to be Twitter, and that's how they kind of navigate the whole realm of their online business or their online persona, their online work or whatever. And that's how they make money. That's how they pay their bills every month. Well, then, yeah. Well, I think Twitter's real to them. I think it's very real. You know, if you're paying the bills every month, uh, and you have food in your stomach and clothes on your back because of Twitter, and Twitter's a platform for said person, and he has his little Cash App links and PayPal links and Streamlabs and all this. There's like 20,000 fucking websites you can use now, Venmo and all this other shit. 10 years ago, 20 years ago, it was still kind of new. It wasn't this. There wasn't as many cogwheels spinning in the sky like there is now. So if you were to say something like, maybe in the 20th century, or yeah, if you're like, oh, well, in 1999, and you're like, oh, well, Yahoo Messenger isn't real, I would believe that. I could forgive that. That's more, that's 22 years ago, and the internet wasn't what it is now. You can't compare Yahoo Messenger and dial-up to the power that these fucking devices hold 22 years later, 23 years later. You just can't. So if someone's using Twitter or Instagram or whatever, if someone's using Twitter and being productive and they're paying bills and keeping the light on, and well, then Twitter is real to them. Just because some 60-year-old fucking fuck is like, oh, it's not real. Twitter isn't real. Well, yeah, well, it's not real to you because you just use it to look at cat pictures and pictures of dogs on your lunch break. So, which is fine. I don't care what people do. I don't care. I find myself giving less and less and less fucks what people think or say about anything. As long as no one's being harmed, no one's being hurt, no one's being fucking physically mauled with a fucking chainsaw, I don't really care. And sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can't fucking touch me, bitch. So stop being a soft little and stop trying to censor and cancel everything on the living planet just because they said something that you didn't like, or because they said something that isn't in line with your ideologies and your philosophies. And just get over it. Get over it. Hey, Johnny, get over it. Get over it. Hey, Johnny, get over it. Get over it. Move along. Move on. There's plenty more to see on an open sea. When the sun sees the infinite sea of the infinite things that one has yet to see. So see, so dream. Fuck it. It's all a dream. We're all living in a meme. If you haven't figured that out yet, accept it. It's the dream, and we're all just living in a meme. It's a perpetual fucking meme. That's all this bullshit is. Part of the video is the phrase, Twitter isn't real. Twitter isn't real. It's not real. It's not real life. You're not the fucking axe cutting down a tree. You're not starting a fire. You're not hunting boar, so it's not real life. It's not real. Like I said, in 1999, if you were to say Yahoo Messenger isn't real, I'd agree with you. Fast forward to the year 2022 and say, oh, this website, this billion trillion dollar website, it's not real. I think it's very real. I think it's very real. I think it's very real. Does everyone use this website for good things, for positive things, for the better of humanity? Fuck no. And people wouldn't. We have billions and billions of people sharing one planet. You're never gonna get them all. Shit, the fuck. You have billions and billions of people sharing one planet. You're never gonna get them in unison to agree on fucking anything. Anything. Thing with the, just we're still in that crosshair. We're in that gray area of reality and digital world still molding themselves, and there's still a snowball rolling down the mountain, and it's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And as far as how we intertwine, the entanglement, the symbiotic relationship between the physical world and the internet, the World Wide Web, dude, this isn't even the end of chapter 1. Right? You think we headed towards the final chapter in the next couple years? Hell no. We haven't even scratched the motherfucking surface, man, when it comes to... Fuck away from me. Sorry, it's a paper that's just blowing, it's like magic carpet ride, and it's just like flying everywhere, and the noise was pissing me off. Anyway, we ain't even through chapter 1 yet, as far as the intertwined realms of the real world, the physical world, the reality of the 20th century and the reality of the 21st century. They're still molding, and it's still all very fresh. And whether it's for the better or for the worst, it's too early to fucking say. But people are like, well, I'd rather live in this time zone than be living in the 1800s. It's like, yeah, but you can't really say that, because if you're living in the 1800s, you can't fathom a reality that's in the now, and vice versa. It's like, you wouldn't be in the 1800s and just be like, God damn, I wish I could FaceTime with my grandma right about now. It wouldn't be a thought that would even cross your feeble fucking mind. Maybe people were happier 200 years ago. You don't know. You don't know. I'm sure people were far more gullible and retarded 200 years ago. But hey, ignorance is bliss. Fuck it. Twitter isn't real. It reminds me of a song by Slayer. I mean, I'm gonna bust out the Slayer lyrics to. It reminds me of a song by Slayer entitled "Fictional Reality." Slayer, Fictional Reality. Let's look that up. Here it is. Cause I'm the fucking man, baby. All right, here are the lyrics. Be sure to. Okay. This is off Slayer's their sixth studio album. It's entitled Divine Intervention. The song is called Fictional Reality. This record came out in 1994. But here are the lyrics. The song's called Fictional Reality by Slayer. I was gonna try to sing this in Tamaraya's. Right now, a troll voice in my head said, "Try to sing it like Tamaraya's voice," but my esophagus would tear, and I would butcher it. But anyway, Here we go. Fictional Reality by Slayer. Crisis feeds the lunacy. All fear the new machine. Consumed democracy returns a socialist regime. It's laid to rest without contest. All hail the new incompetence, making you see what to believe. A drone in the world of anarchy. Treachery, misery, violence, insanity. Scavengers closing in, covering the truth again. Castrate society, fictional reality. Insecurity, afraid of things you cannot see. Words become the image of the enemy. You cannot dissect what is correct. Vengeance based on how things are said. Can't see your side. Conflicts with mine. Frustrations lead to complete demise. Treachery, misery, violence, insanity. Scavengers closing in, covering the truth again. Every trial conspiracy. Compassion is the enemy. Paralyze, criticize, breaking through the wall of lies. Suicidal hierarchy, racing in reverse. Everything that's done today will be tomorrow's curse. Screams in my head precede your death. Can't hold the rage when the truth is shed. Blind, lead the blind, line after line, in a world too shallow to defy. Treachery, misery, violence, insanity. Scavengers closing in, covering the truth again. Castrate society, fictional reality. God, I love me some fucking Slayer, pal! But yeah, I'll close it there. That's why music is timeless. That's why music is beautiful. And if you're not listening to some fucking Slayer, you're fucking up your life, kid. Thanks for watching. If you sat through the 22-minute tirade of this video, you deserve a fucking medal. Thanks for watching. Y'all peace out. Happy New Year, motherfuckers. Stay safe out there.